Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and glad you could attend. Come inside, Movie Maniacs, as we take a look at the not-so-sequel, more of a companion piece film to hit the big screen. It's more like a companion piece to 300, and it's called 300: Rise of an Empire. Yes, that's right. It tells us some of the events that happened before, during, and after the events of 300, with King Leonidas and his 300 men making a stand against the mighty Persian army. Well, this time around, we've got the story of Themistocles. We get to see how he rose to be a legendary Athenian general with his navy as well as his tactics. We see how he takes on the Persian navy while King Leonidas is making his stand. We see Themistocles trying to take on the massive numbers of Persian boats with his small Athenian Greek navy. And we also even get a backstory on Xerxes. Folks, 300: Rise of an Empire. Now, this is going to probably get slammed by many a critic, and I can see why, okay? This is an Academy Award-winning material by any means, and I would say it is a decent companion piece to 300, though it was missing some of the stylized framing that we had and shots that we had from Zack Snyder, though they do a fairly decent job in here as well of making it feel like it fit in that same type of style and universe, okay? This is not historically accurate by any means, just like 300, really. Based off some historical events, but definitely lots of liberties taken here. Now, what I found most interesting about this was one of the characters in here that stood out to me the most was Artemisia, and that's played by Eva Green. Oh my lord, Artemisia is the commander of the Persian fleet, and Eva Green eats up every single scene she's in. I just loved her character and her performance, and every bit of dialogue that she delivered was just a bit over the top scene-eating style that fit the rest of the excessiveness of this film. She just owned every scene, and I loved her strong female character that they had. You bought into it and could see how she worked her way up to the ranks violently in the Persian army, and how she's able to command these men and why they tremor in their boots when they see her. She is deadly evil, and I just loved her character, and we even get some story with her character as well. And then there's Lena Headey coming back as Queen Gorgo, yes, the wife of King Leonidas. Now, she doesn't have a lot of screen time, but when she does have her scenes, she owns them as well. Commanding performance over anyone else in the scene. These two ladies, Eva Green and Lena Headey, really are the two standout performances for me in this film, even more so than Sullivan Stapleton's Themistocles. Really, I wanted these two ladies to just go at it, these two are just badasses and really own their scenes and really show why they're stronger than the majority of the men that they have to deal with, if not all the men they have to deal with. Now, you got Rodrigo Santoro coming back as Xerxes, and, he did all right. I like the Xerxes character. Again, we don't get a huge amount of screen time with him either, but the story's really not about him, though we do get some of his backstory, and it is based off of a graphic novel named Xerxes. Really, the story here is the clash between Themistocles and Artemisia going toe-to-toe, head-to-head, and really just their forces beating the snot out of each other. Yes, there's excessive gore, violence, TNA in here as well, just like you saw in 300, though it doesn't quite have the Zack Snyder style that 300 had, which you can't help but compare the two. I think it was a decent companion piece, and first-time director, well, not first time, but very new director Noam Murrow does a does a decent job of making this feel like another piece to the 300 story. Yes, there's lots of CGI blood and excessive gore, as I've mentioned before, because I have to say it twice because there's just that much, right? But I liked the fight scenes as well. The choreography between the fighters and the fight scenes really done well, and though there was some excessive slow motion in the beginning, I kind of liked it because you got to see what was going on. Though the 3D that I got to see it in was not a 3D distraction at all during the action scenes like I had feared. No, you can see what's going on, and that was also due to the cinematography and the framing, as well as some of the slow motion going on, so you could see exactly what was going on in all its bloody glory. Yes, folks, this is a film of excessiveness, to be sure, and it is not a deep film, and it is lacking just a little bit of edge and depth that we might have felt with the first 300 film, as well as some of the style. But I still had fun. I ended the night with a smile on my face going, I just had a fun, mature time at the theater, which you don't get that often anymore. I gave Rise of an Empire, 300 Rise of an Empire, 3.5 stubs. Okay, I had fun. I felt it was worth my money. There is some excessive use of slow-mo. It doesn't quite have the style of the first one, but it's still an enjoyable film, and I think those who are fans of 300, fans of Frank Miller, or just looking for a more mature sword fighting film, well then they should check out 300 Rise of an Empire. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. Until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.